Hello and welcome to this live chat session. Abdu, Nahom, Tofik, Yunus Ibrahim, Turbo 911, Mihari, Vander Wright, Ruby. Thank you for joining. Thank you, all of you. Hi, 89 News, Lem Lem Kahase, Aran, Kasata Solomon, Real Talk, Afram, Gitane, Ahmad Jaban, Rashid 2018, TPLF, Yanit Dase. Thank you for joining, all of you. Ruby has joined after several weeks. Turbo 911 is one of my regular viewers. Almost weekly, I see you in this chat session. Thank you, Turbo 911. Zaidu Bata, Felipe Miguel, Daniel Tasage, HM Axom, Tube. Happy New Year. Yes, sorry. Happy New Year to all of you. Yes, it's an important day for you people. Ethiopian New Year. Happy New Year. Let's hope and pray that this new year brings peace and prosperity for Ethiopia. Ethiopians have gone through a lot in this 2013 viewers. Let's hope that 2014 will be different. Susie has joined. Janet says, really appreciate your way of presentation. Thank you, Janet. Solomon is saying, can we hear about your opinion about the cause of this war? Well, we have discussed the cause of this war in several live chat sessions. I've been saying that the fight between TPLF and Prosperity Party is for political advantage. Both the forces want to rule Ethiopia. So their conflict is basically political. But both TPLF and Prosperity Party, they could not handle this political conflict politically. So it turned into armed confrontation. Otherwise, basic dispute is political. TPLF was in power for decades. PP came, it removed TPLF from power. TPLF restricted to Tigray. Then a conflict between center and Tigray. Political conflict turned into armed conflict. Adisho is saying, say something about a battle today. Not today, but Adisho Gurmo. Adisho, when TDF entered Amhara region and afar too, TDF was on the offensive. TDF was advancing into North Wollo, then into North Gondar. It was on the offensive. Amhara forces, ENDF, they were defending. Over the past few days, things have changed. Now, Amhara forces, ENDF are on the offensive. TDF is now trying to defend its gains in Amhara region. If you have seen last night's battlefield report by TDF, TDF is defending now on Marsa, Voldia front. Here, a counter-offensive was launched by Amhara forces to retake Voldia, Marsa. According to TDF, this counter-offensive failed. Same is the case on Debark, Dabad front. There again, TDF is defending. Amhara forces are on the offensive. So now TDF is defending, Amhara forces on the offensive. It's a crucial phase, viewers. If TDF manages to remain in control of these places like Voldia, Marsa, Gashina, and today Sikota as well, then from here, from these places, TDF will start advancing. We'll see TDF advancing in coming days. So far, TDF is defending. Yes, someone is talking about Sikota. Sikota has been retaken by TDF and Argo Liberation Front. Several sources are confirming. But as I said in a video a few hours ago, that Sikota has changed hands 4 times. When TDF entered Amhara, Sikota was under Amhara control. Then TDF ALF took control of it. Then it went under Amhara control. Now once again under TDF ALF. So it will keep on changing hands. Battle fronts are very fluid. Abu said, do you think TDF withdrew from afar? TDF withdrew from afar after suffering losses. No doubt about that. TDF supporters do not like that, but TDF suffered losses. TDF's offensive on afar was a bad move, I would say. It was a bad move. Because aid was passing through Afar. TDF should not have launched attack on Afar. TDF could not move towards Djibouti Ethiopia road. It had to withdraw. It suffered losses there. Then it was in control of just 4 Waredas, Gulina, Yellow, Ora, Eva, which are far away from Ethiopia Djibouti road. So there was no purpose in remaining control of these 4 Waredas if you were not in a position to advance towards the strategic highway. It was better for TDF to withdraw from the 4 Waredas. So TDF did that. I think it's a good move now, but TDF suffered losses on a far front. Sadkan is on record. He had said that TDF was close to cutting off Djibouti Ethiopia road. So it could not. It had to withdraw. But as I said in a video, this withdrawal can work both ways, viewers. If Afar forces remain neutral, this withdrawal of Tigray Defense Force from Afar, it can help TDF in Amhara. It can help TDF on Waldia, Dasi fronts. If Afar forces decide to join Amhara forces, then we could see TDF sandwiched between Amhara and Afar forces. So far, Afar forces neutral. They're not part of fighting in Amhara. Menelik says, wouldn't the ENDF just attack from afar? Let's see, we're waiting. It might happen. It might happen. ENDF might attack from a far side. So far, no attacks from a far side. Solemn says, Amhara will be free next 10 days. Let's see. It's your prediction. I don't see Amhara free or TDF withdrawing from Amhara in the next 10 days. It's a long war, viewers. It's a long war. HM says TDF will retake Afar soon. No, TDF won't enter Afar now. I don't think so. It would be a bad move again. TDF should not enter Afar. As long as Afar is neutral, TDF should not enter Afar. Because international pressure was there upon TDF that you want aid through Afar, but you have launched attacks in Afar and thousands displaced in Afar. So how can you expect a smooth flow of aid through Afar when you're attacking Afar? TDF had to withdraw from Afar. A good decision in the end, I think. My Life says there wasn't any battle in the Afar. Yes, there wasn't any battle in the past few days. But battles did happen a month ago when TDF was trying to advance towards Shifra from Eva Wareda. If you have been following this war regularly, battles did happen, very deadly battles. ENDF, Afar forces launched counter-offensive. TDF suffered losses. Someone is asking about Birhale. We don't have any information about Birhale, but since TDF has confirmed it's withdrawing from Afar, so we can say TDF might have withdrawn from Birhale as well. Zion, no information about Birhale. Birhale is under communication blackout. Nothing is coming from here. I think TDF has withdrawn from Birhale too. Jockey, the jockey, thanks for the hard work. Thank you, Jockey. Adis is saying you have become useless talker. Still, people are listening to me. I know you. I know several viewers who are ready to make such comments in comment section whenever I upload a video. I never stop you from commenting. I never ban you. I can ban viewers from visiting my. I don't ban anyone. I read your comments. I never respond in this way. You have every right to make comments. I have every right to speak as well. Let me speak. You can speak as well. Write whatever you want to write. Who is in control of Debre Zabit? Debre Zabit is disputed, but I would say that their Amhara forces have an advantage. In fact, they were in control of Debre Zabit. TDF withdrew from Debre Zabit, but fighting is happening close to Debre Zabit. That is why we're not in a position to say, as I said earlier, that battle fronts are very fluid. Today, TDF is in Sikota. Tomorrow, Amhara forces could be in Sikota. It's happening. Basically, Debre Zabit, Filakat, and Garagara. I see these places as those places where fighting is underway. Brook asks, will we see TDF and OLA coordinating attacks anytime soon? Yes, we will see that after TDF took control of Dasi. Dasi is strategically very important because after Dasi, we could see TDF and OLA joining hands. It's a difficult front, Dasi, for TDF because here we have seen heavy deployment of ENDF Amhara forces. But if TDF somehow took control of Dasi, you will see fighters from Oromia Special Zone, North Shoa Zone of Amhara region, already very destabilized regions. You could see Oromia fighters joining TDF. So for TDF, Dasi is very important. After Dasi, we could see OLA TDF joining. But now OLA is in Western Oromia, in East Velega, West Velega, Horogodoro. From there, it's difficult to enter Amhara region and to join Tigray Defense Force. You know that Amhara militias have entered Oromia and BG. I did a video on that. That Amhara militias have entered Oromia and BG. They want to stop Benishangal Liberation Front and Oromo Liberation Army from moving towards Amhara BG, Amhara Oromia border areas. So if TDF somehow gets close to Amhara Oromia border, then we could see OLA fighters joining TDF. Maga says, Abi, save the farmers and the students, stop war and save the youth. Yes, I endorse your call. Not students and farmers, all Ethiopians are suffering, whether they are part of this conflict or not. People are fighting on front lines, but what about those who are not fighting? They are suffering too. People are dying because of lack of food. Then there are civilian casualties, revenge attacks, collateral damage. So people are dying due to several reasons. Everyone is suffering, honestly. Ethiopian economy is in trouble. It means everyone would suffer. Abush is saying, has there been a use of drones that the Ethiopian government purchased? We don't have solid evidence that drone have been deployed by Ethiopian government so far. We saw just one attack near Marsa in which a TDF tank was completely destroyed in an attack. Experts said that it could be due to airstrike or drone strike. Other than that, no signs of use of drones. Well, I was thinking today that drones might be doing reconnaissance and surveillance activities these days. Ethiopian government could be collecting data about TDF's supply lines, TDF's weapon depots in Tigray, TDF's storage sites of heavy weaponry, TDF's places where trainings and recruitments are underway. It could be happening through the use of reconnaissance and surveillance drones. Attacks could happen after that. But so far, we don't have a convincing, solid evidence that drones are in operation. Vami says, I appreciate your impartiality. Thank you, Vami. Real talk, do you think the economy will revive? Some economist can answer, but obviously, if this war goes on, economy will come under more pressure. We heard from some international institutions that Ethiopian economy is in shambles, that inflation is rising, unemployment is rising, and no one is going to help Ethiopian government in terms of money. Viewers, international institutions which give loans are under the control of Western powers, the US, and US Ethiopia ties, West Ethiopia ties are not very friendly. So if Ethiopian economy comes under pressure, Ethiopia will find it difficult to get out of this pressure. Someone is asking, S. Katsanaf Varku, could TDF be pushed out of Voldia? And the topic of today's chat session is, can TDF be pushed out of Amhara? You're asking a question about Voldia. Voldia is a difficult front, viewers. Voldia is do or die for TDF, and very heavy fighting has been underway near Voldia. When I informed you that ENDF and Amhara forces had launched counter-offensive on Voldia, people said, no, you're lying. There is no fighting near Voldia. Today, last night, TDF confirmed that from Delanta side, from Gashina side, Amhara forces ENDF had launched a very strong offensive on Voldia, on Siringa, on Marsa. All these places are very close to Voldia. Voldia is under pressure, no doubt. But so far, TDF is surviving. TDF is in control of Voldia. If Afar forces don't join Amhara forces, TDF can remain in control of Voldia, because enforcements have arrived from afar on Voldia front. Now TDF is repelling ENDF's attack on Voldia. So far, TDF in control of Voldia. Yiman is saying, what advice do you have to people of Ethiopia, to the party, TPLF, ENDF, to all nationality of Ethiopia? These politicians don't need any advice. They're fighting for their own interests. They're not fighting for Ethiopia. I openly say that. No one is fighting for Ethiopia. They're fighting for their political advantage. Ethiopians are suffering. When TPLF was in power, there were problems in Ethiopia. Abi in power, same problems. Why can't these politicians gather to launch an offensive on poverty, on illiteracy, on ethnic disputes? Why can't they do that? They're always fighting for political gains. They're not in need of any advice. People of Ethiopia should learn their lesson, viewers. It's you, the people of Ethiopia, who are suffering. This elite will not suffer. You'll see their families abroad, but the people, the poor Ethiopians will suffer. Raise your voice for peace in Ethiopia. No matter you are TPLF supporter or ENDF supporter, raise your voice for peace. Say, we are not in support of killing any member of any ethnic group. We just want peace. We want to live peacefully with our neighbors, with other ethnic groups. Make them sit for talks. Ethiopian civil society is not very active, it's not very influential. There is very tight control over media as well. People can't do much, honestly. But whenever you have an opportunity to express your opinion, please try to spread peace, try to spread harmony. Don't be a tool of spreading hate. Do you see a solution? Abraham says, do you think Abi can lead Ethiopia? He's going to lead Ethiopia for 4 years. He has won the election now. He has got the votes. He's leading efficiently or not. That's the question. But he has now the right to lead Ethiopia for the next term. And this election has been legalized by African Union. People voted. Millions voted. It's not that no one in Ethiopia likes Abiy. No, Abiy has a strong power base. Uh, there are dozens of parties standing by PM Abiy. You cannot just remove him from power. If you remove him from power, it will lead to further chaos in Ethiopia. You can only remove him from power through peaceful means, through political means, through a dialogue. Then you can see some sort of harmony and peace in Ethiopia. Otherwise, removal of Abiy from power could lead to further chaos. Someone is saying fake election, but people participated, dear. Millions participated. Is Djibouti, Ethiopia river road still blocked? I don't know about that. It was blocked. Reportedly, it had been opened after that. Aman has asked a very important question. The role of Eritrean forces on Dabat front, it was a game changer. The role of Eritrean forces on Dabat front was a game changer. Eritrean forces played a key role. Without Eritrean forces, it was difficult for Amhara ENDF to push back TDF. They played a key role there. They are still there. Who is on better position? Mendafro is asking, compared by momentum, morale, and means. Yes. Who has an advantage now? Amhara side, TDF side. Who has an advantage now? Well, it's a difficult question because you can discuss front to front. On each front, things are not the same, things are different. But overall, I think this is a decisive phase of this war when ENDF and Amhara forces are on the offensive. TDF is trying to save, is trying to protect its gains. If TDF remains in control of Vuldia, Gashina, Sikota, and some places close to Gondar, you will see TDF advancing from these places. We will see TDF having an advantage. So that depends upon TDF's control of these places. If TDF starts losing Vuldia, Gashina, we could see more pressure upon TDF. So that is what I'm saying, that coming days, coming 1 week is very crucial. Do you think Abi is a competent leader? I don't know about Abi's competency. Viewers, politicians resolve conflicts politically. They don't fight wars. Generals fight wars. Soldiers fight wars. Soldiers are not politicians. Politicians are not soldiers. If a politician cannot resolve a dispute politically, he is not a politician. Politician is the one who knows how to resolve conflicts politically, diplomatically, through dialogue. Abiy has failed. TPLF leaders have failed as well. Someone is asking about TDF supply lines. How is TDF getting fuel supplies? Yes, a very important question. I mean, TDF is on several fronts in Amhara region. How are they getting supplies? And their supply lines are cut off as well. Well, I think now TDF's units are operating independently. I mean, the unit or the division on debark front, it's independent. It's not relying on supplies from Tigray. It is collecting its supplies from the locality, from the forces which it is fighting against. It is collecting its supplies from the locals as well. We have seen in terms of food items, US aid is on record. It has said that its warehouses in Amhara have been looted by TDF fighters. They're collecting supplies from these warehouses, from the people as well. So they are managing their supplies from within Amhara region. It's not their supplies from Tigray arriving. Someone is several questions are missing because the speed of coming questions is very quick now. Tofik says no one speaks how many people are dead by this war so far. Yes, no one speaks about that. No one talks about civilian casualties. TDF does not update about its soldiers killed. ENDF does not update about its soldiers killed. So everyone is making claims about killing other soldiers. No one is talking about the soldiers of its side killed, about civilians killed. That is why I'm saying that everyone is suffering. Civilians are suffering, and no one is just caring about them. How did how long will this war go? This war will go on. I think the international community has failed. African Union is biased according to TPLF. Obasanjo, African Union's mediator, is unwelcome. He is not acceptable for TPLF. These parties, they do not want to sit for talks. They think they can have an advantage militarily. So how will peace come? How will this war come to an end? Because 30 minutes have passed. Thank you for this live chat session. First of all, this live chat session ended without any technical problems. I saw in the past problems were regarding volume, regarding network. At least this time things were smooth. Thank you for joining. Saturday is a special day for me. I talk to you. I take your questions. I try my best to remain impartial, to remain neutral. That's the purpose of making videos, to update you about real situation, real on ground situation. I'll try to keep on updating you. Feel free to comment, feel free to send me emails from all sides. You can send me emails. I try to respond to your emails. Always I reply to them. So stay in touch. Thank you for joining, and let's hope and pray for peace in Ethiopia. Thank you for watching. See you next Saturday.